Hi, I'm Lynette and welcome to my channel. Today is a very exciting day. I'm going to be doing two firsts here on my channel. The first one being an eyeshadow palette bingo. I've never done one of those before, so I'm excited about that. And I'll be doing this eyeshadow palette bingo video today in collaboration with my buddy, my friend, Jackie Taylor. And I've never collaborated with anyone before, so this is my first collaboration. And I'm super excited to be collabing, number one, and to be collabing with my YouTube friend, Jackie Taylor. Now, Jackie Taylor has been a longtime supporter of my channel. She's been a subscriber, and she recently, a few months ago, started her own channel. So if you like me or if you like my channel and my content, I certainly believe you will like Jackie and you will like her content as well. Jackie has this bubbly, cheerful, sunny personality. She's always smiling in all of her videos, and I know every time I watch a video of hers I end up smiling because her attitude is so contagious that I find myself, I can't help myself. And if you like get ready with me videos, she does a lot of get ready with me's, way more than I do. So, if you into that, go on over to Jackie's because she does get ready with me videos. She also does shop my stash videos at a time when a lot of people are trying not to spend more money on more makeup and trying to use the makeup that we already own. Jackie does, I believe it's a weekly installment of Shop My Stash, where she shows you the products in her existing makeup collection that she's going to use for the week. And then she also does new releases, her Hot or Not series, and those happen to be my favorite. Jackie, you know, she can throw a little shade, you know, when she's talking about the stuff that's not so hot. She'll probably disagree with me on that, but it's just a little tiny shade, just a little bit. But I find those to be the most entertaining. And Jackie is like, she's really down to earth. She's very relatable. She seems like a girlfriend next door that you could go over on a Sunday afternoon and just chop it up with. So I really like Jackie, and I'm really happy for her and her channel. And that's why when you're done watching my video, liking it and commenting, I want you to head over to Jackie's channel. I'm gonna leave a link to her channel and to her video in the description box below. Go on over there, show her some love, let her know I sent you, give her some support, because I know what it's like as a new channel and a very small channel, the struggle to get exposure, to get yourself out there, to get people knowing that you exist, and to grow your channel and get more subscribers. So any support you can give to her would be a help. And because she's supported me for so long, I really want to do the same for her. So, and then while you're there, take a look around her channel and see if there are other videos and other content there that you like. And if you do, consider subscribing. Eyeshadow palette bingo. What is that? I've seen that, and I'm sure you have too. You've seen it around YouTube. I think the first person I saw do something like this was probably Emily Noel, probably a couple of years ago, but now they're pretty commonplace, and I always think they're fun and interesting, and I like to watch those videos. So if you are unfamiliar with what an eyeshadow palette bingo is when you randomly pick eyeshadows to use in a look. So Jackie and I randomly chose, she has a program that randomly chooses numbers. She assigned numbers to the shadows in the palette, and then from those random numbers we picked the corresponding eyeshadow that we're both going to use in our videos today. I don't know what look she's done, she doesn't know what look I've done, so I'm not only interested to see what I'm gonna do, but I'm interested to see what she's gonna do. And the palette we're going to be using today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina palette. So yes, I went on ahead. I know I'm way beyond fashionably late to this party, but I went on ahead and I bought this palette because, you know, if you watched my live, you know I wasn't gonna do that. But I did have some Christmas money, so I didn't spend my own coin, and I got this palette on sale. And it really is beautiful. I mean, just the palette alone. Look at that, gorgeous. The box that it came in, I think I threw that out, but the box that it came in is beautiful. I really do think that this is the prettiest eyeshadow palette that ABH has done. And I know we can agree to disagree. No, not everyone's gonna agree with me on that one, but I have to say that I just find the color story in this really pretty. Is it very unique? No, but all the shadows it's just nice color story. You got your purples, your mauve tones, you got your transition shades. So I'm excited to use it. I've swatched it a couple of times, but this will be my first time actually using the palette. So let me get down to showing you what the color story is going to be today. We chose 5 eyeshadows. We decided to use 5 shadows. Jackie wanted to use 4, but I was like, come on girl, let's try to make it a little more interesting. So a little more challenging. So we chose 5 shadows. Actually, you know, the shadows were chosen for us. So what did the random generator come up with? Well, we're going to be using today Lituation, which is this shade right here, which is kind of this taupe. This, yeah, kind of like a taupey shade. I think that's the way I would describe it. Okay, and then Big Wig, which is, this is a Lituation is a shimmer shade. Big Wig is this purple one right here. This is a matte, and this is very pretty. I'm not sure if it's a pigment or not. No, in ABH it probably is. And then the next shade is Pinker, which is this one right here. This is like this mauve, like a plum, a mauvey plum. That's Pinker. Oof. Okay. And then the next one is Edges. I really can't stand the names. These eyeshadow names, I can't. But the next one is Edges, which is this terracotta shade right here. So we do have, I mean, if I choose to use it as a transition shade, that's a transition shade. That went on very smoothly, very easily. And then the last shade is Shookington, which is this purple shimmer shade. It's very soft, and this is what Shookington looks like. Oh Lord, you see that? See that big clump of eyeshadow that just fell onto my top? So this is the color story I'm working with today. And I mean, it doesn't have to be completely neutral because I do have some purples to work with. So I don't really know. I think this shade throws me off a little bit, this Lituation, because it's a taupe shade, but it's a shimmer shade. So not quite sure what I'm going to do with it just yet. But I'm looking rather cray-cray today because I have on my base makeup, which is something I rarely ever do. Rarely do I ever do my face makeup before my eyeshadow. But I was thinking I didn't want to look crazy on camera today, but then I'm showing up here with no eye makeup on and no eyebrows. So I failed in that attempt. So yeah, what to do. All right, so I'm gonna prime my eyes. We're gonna start with that. I'm gonna zoom you in and I'll prime my eyes to give me some more time to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do. One moment, please. Okay, I've got you zoomed in now, and I think I figured out what I'm going to do. I don't know if it's gonna be pretty, but here we go. So I'm gonna start off priming my eyes, and I'm going to be using my Urban Decay anti-aging primer potion. And I'm just gonna take my finger and try to blend that in as best as possible. I decided not to do my eyebrows because I don't have very much hair. And in the blending, I might have like blended away some of my brows. Cause you know, I do draw them on, so I guess I could put some up there. And this probably was a really bad idea because ABH eyeshadows tend to be very soft and very powdery, so I expect that there will be fallout. So we shall see what happens. I'm gonna use the brush that came with the palette, and then I may also be using a couple of brushes from my new Sonia G Sky Eye Brush Set. Yes, I was finally able to get my hands on them. They were out of stock for a millennia, and they got back into stock, and then Beautylish was supposed to text me. They were supposed to send me an email to let me know. Of course they didn't. Thankfully, I think it was Dr. Ash in her makeup. She posted that it was back in stock, and I immediately ran over there and purchased it. So I might use a couple of brushes from there. So I'm gonna start off I'm gonna start off with Edges, and that's that terracotta shade. I was really hoping we would get credit, that pretty chocolate brown. Oh crap, and I just put my brush into the wrong shade. I put it in the chocolate brown shade, but that's not the shade I'm using. I'm just cleaning this off on my color switch. It's not, you know, this is a bootleg color switch for like $6 on Amazon, okay? And it's bigger than that Vera Mona thing. Just letting you know. All right, I'm gonna go into Edges and tap off the brush and start off. I'm gonna go high into the crease with this, and I'm gonna try not to get too far out of bounds out here, because that's what I like to do. But since my face makeup is already done, I don't really want to do that. And this is not a bad shade. I mean, once you blend it out, it's not as deep or dark, although I will probably be adding some more to it. But yeah, it blends out to a much softer shade, which I'm happy about, because this isn't necessarily one that I would use to start off a look with. So okay, so my battery died, and I didn't realize after I put in the new battery that I wasn't filming. So I finished this eye. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So I'm gonna apply Edges, and then I'll come back and pick up where I left off. I actually didn't have to go back into the palette to get more shadow for this eye. This is the bad eye, by the way. This is a good eye, this is a bad eye. So what I did next was I took Pinker, which is that what looks like a rosy mauve shade, rosy plum mauve shade in the palette. But once I put it on the eye, it's purple. And I don't know if that's because I'm putting it on top of this terracotta shade that we just put down, but this looks nothing like what I expected it to look like. It looks nothing like I expect it to look. I don't think it looks anything like it does in the pan. Or am I bugging? Am I bugging? So this is my, by the way, my Sonia G Blender Pro set, Pro brush. And I'm just putting that in the crease a little lower than where I put that first shade. And onto the outer V as well. And just blend. Yeah, this eye for some reason, I think because my brow bone is so more pronounced on this side than on my other eye, the colors just go on more defined. These on this side, I'm able to like blend out and make them really soft. And on this eye, oof, not so much. So trying to get my eyes to match is always always a chore. And now I'm going to take Big Wig and I'm going to use that on one of the new Sonia G brushes. This is the mini booster brush, and I'm going to take Big Wig, and the same thing with this eyeshadow. On the brush, it looks a lot brighter, right? Purple. But then once I put it in the crease, once I put it on the eye, again, I don't know if it's because I'm layering it on top of that last shade, that what was supposed to be mauve, pinker, which was supposed to be pinker. It looks like a dark purple. This I'm going to put in the outer V. I'm going to concentrate it on the outer V and again in the crease. And I'm not bringing this all the way over. These shadows I'm not bringing all the way over like I did the first one. I'm taking them like 3/4 of the way across. I'm going back in with that first brush with I've actually cleaned off the brush because I don't want any more product, because I have enough of that terracotta shade on there, and I'm using this now to try to soften these edges and soften the blend between the two shades. Now normally what I would do to help in this endeavor would be to take an eyeshadow that's about the same color as my skin tone and lighten it up, but because I really want to just use the eyeshadows from the palette, I'm not going to do that. So now I'm going to take Big Wig. I'm going to take that small tapered brush again, and I'm going to take Big Wig again, and I'm going to put it on the lower lash line, and I'm going to try to stay as close onto the lower lash line as possible, tapping off the excess because I don't want any fallout, especially since I've already done my base makeup. And this gives the look some continuity, right? Continuing that same eyeshadow, connecting it to the outer V area, and then bringing it onto the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy Makeup Geek pencil brush, which, you know, if you've seen any of my tutorials, which, you know, I love it. And I'm going to take Shookington, which is the metallic purple shade, which actually, now this shade looks like I expect it to look. I'm going to wet it. Oh, I didn't do, Lord, I didn't do, okay, I'll do that later. I didn't do the lid shade. I'm going to wet it. I'm all out of sorts here, man. Ugh. I'm going to wet it and I'm going to put it on the inner lower lash line. Bring that across. It's also going to be my my inner corner highlight, which I should have waited to do because I haven't done my lid shade yet. Oh boy. I try to stay as close to the lash line as possible because you can see my eye wrinkles. And it's really, you know, it's really hard to do that, but I get it too low and then the eyeshadow gets into my eye wrinkles and then it's just a mess. It's a mess. I tell you, it's a mess. Then you want to try to match it up with this eye. And I'm going to go back in with Big Wig and that small brush. I don't usually use a brush like this on my lower lash line because, you know, I'm trying not to get the eyeshadow too far below the lash line and get into those wrinkles, but decided I would give it a try today because this brush is so much smaller, slender, more tapered. I figured I could get away with it using this. And I think I did. I think that worked. And now I'm going to do the lid shade and I'm going to be using my new Sephora Pro Packing Shadow Brush. This is the number 13. And I'm going to take Lituation, which is that metallic taupe shade. And I'm going to spray my brush for this one as well to try to mitigate some of the fallout. And because I just think it'll show up better if I do that. I just picked up this eyeshadow brush. Sephora currently has, look at that, isn't that pretty? Currently has I think all their pro brushes on sale. And I don't know if it's because they're planning on discontinuing them or phasing them out. I don't know. These brushes are expensive. So, but they're really, really nice. I've got some Sephora eyeshadow brushes that I have had for years and they're still in great condition. So, you know, don't sleep on the Sephora brushes because they're really nice. Again, expensive, but they're good quality brushes. From my experience, they have proven to be good quality brushes. And I really like this shade. It's really pretty. And that's what I like about these eyeshadow palette bingos. I'm just going to go back in with Big Wig and that tapered brush, slender, smaller brush. And I'm going to go back around the eye here because I don't want to lose any of that purple in the crease. That's what I like about eyeshadow bingos because they really, most of the time, they force you to go out of your comfort zone because the shades are random and you're not picking them and deciding what you're going to use. I'm just going to blend that into that lid shade there on the outer corner. So, and this is a look that I wouldn't have, I don't think I would have, I wouldn't have done if it wasn't for the bingo. I don't know that I would have thought to use this taupey shade with these purples. I probably would have paired it with the browns, that dark chocolate brown shade. I'm going back in with that first brush that I used in the crease, above the crease, and no additional product again, and just try to blend, try to soften this blend between these shadows. So these are fun. Let me know what you think about eyeshadow bingos, and if you would like to see me do any more of them on my channel. And you know, if there's any particular palettes that you would like me to do it with, let me know that too in the comments, because I definitely think it will be something I do again. That's gonna be all she wrote. I'm just gonna go back in with the pencil brush, no additional product, and just make sure I blend it in there. And now I'm going to take the ColourPop Gel Cream Eyeliner in the shade Piggy Bank. Oh boy. Okay. The packaging on these are horrendous. And I'm going to place that into my waterline, which it doesn't really stand out, but it works well up against this purple. I think I like it. So I am going to go off camera for a minute, and I'm going to probably line, at least tight line. I'm not going to do a wing. I might do a little liner, just, you know, right close to the lash line, and then I'm going to put on some brows. And I'm going to be back, and I'm going to do a lip, okay? And then I can show you the finished look. So hang tight, I'll be right back. And now I'm going to do a lip to complete the look. And I'm going to take my MAC Chestnut lip liner. Surprise, surprise. And I'm going to line my lips. I did apply a lip balm, my Burt's Bees lip balm first. Blend that out. And then I'm going to use my MAC Styled in Sepia lipstick. I know y'all are tired of seeing this lipstick, but I can't help it. I love it so much. It's discontinued, but you know that because you're tired of hearing me say that. But it's like the perfect nude shade. Look at that. Now, I could totally stop here. But you know how I do. So I'm not. I'm going to go on ahead and use the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Moon Jelly. And this is just about done. I'm going to need a new one of these. Oh, I might not be able to do it. I don't know that I have enough. And I'm just going to put this on top. I'm going to try to anyway. Oh, there we go. It's like this iridescent, holographic, no, iridescent I think is the best word, purple lip gloss. It's really, really pretty. And I don't know that that added very much, but, and the fact that this is empty. And this is the final look. What do we think? Do we like? Now, having used this palette for the first time today, I think my only issue with it, besides the eyeshadow names, is that some of these shades did not stay true, I don't think, stayed true to color. Pinker, which I expected to be a pinky mauve shade, was actually purple. And then Big Wig was, I expected it to be a little more of a brighter shade, like what you saw when I applied it onto the brush. And then it turned into a dark purple as well. I don't know if that's because I was using in the combination of eyeshadows I was using with it, or let me know if you have this palette, if you have experienced that same thing with this palette, or is it just me and I'm bugging? Other than that, you know, typical ABH formula. They're pigmented, they blend out very nicely. And yeah, I didn't have too much difficulty. I didn't have any difficulty with creating this look. So I hope that you liked it. If you did, please go ahead and give this video a like and consider subscribing, because I do eyeshadow tutorials, hauls, swatches, and reviews here on my channel every Saturday. Please, please go on over to Jackie Taylor's channel and see what she did with these eyeshadows, because that's what I'm about to do. All right, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.